to wear red and raise awareness for heart disease. We're in the kitchen this morning with some heart-healthy recipes that still taste great. The Fox 9 Morning News starts right now.
The Fox 9 Morning News starts now.
So look on this morning on the Fox 9 Morning News, we're limbering up for the Friday dance-off, of course.
We'll get all stretched out. First, or otherwise, if you haven't noticed, it is Wear Red Day, so we're going to the Fox 9 kitchen for some heart-healthy snacks you can cook up for the big game this Sunday. That's coming up next. I'll be doing that in the Fox 9 kitchen when we come right back. Terrible out there. It's nice in here, though. Today is the American Heart Association's 10th annual National Wear Red Day, part of a movement to save women from heart disease. That's the #1 killer for women. As we all know, diet is a very important part of keeping our hearts healthy. Dr. Joe Browning is here this morning to talk about heart-healthy food that won't leave you hungry, especially during Sunday's big game. A lot of us might be snacking, I'm just guessing, while we're watching the Super Bowl. Nice to have you here, Doctor.
I'm glad to be here.
You're a cardiologist by trade, so obviously you see a lot of people who maybe haven't been heart-healthy through the years, but this is one of the easy ways we can, with our snacks, feel better about what we're putting into our bodies.
Exactly, exactly. So when you think of the typical Super Bowl foods, it's a bag of chips and a can of dip.
Exactly, yeah.
And so the first dip, and it tastes good.
Yes.
But the next chip tastes exactly the same. So you have just two flavors.
And one of the culprits, I guess, and the big thing we're finding out, we've known, but we're starting to kind of key on this, is sodium. A lot of these snacks are high in sodium and saturated fat. So explain what that does to us and to our hearts specifically.
Well, salt is everywhere. It's in most of the foods we eat, and especially some of the processed foods. So the way it impacts your heart. Mainly for high blood pressure. Right. So with the salt comes water, and you can, even a person with normal blood pressure, if you give them enough salt, you can give them hypertension.
Which is, obviously you don't want that.
Not a good thing. And so for people with pre-existing hypertension, avoiding salt is important in controlling their blood pressure. Right,
and we've got our friend Tim over here. He's putting together some nice ideas for appetizers for the big game, and we've got some examples here, Doctor, using, it doesn't look like we've got ground beef here. It looks like something else.
This is, so this is the Mexican bowl, and that's what he's preparing right now. So this has ground turkey in it.
You're doing a heck of a job, Tim. Yeah.
Ground turkey, a lot of vegetables, and so ground turkey is probably the leanest, well, it is the leanest meat you can get with a high protein content.
And it's good, too. We've switched over to ground turkey for our chili, for our spaghetti, and a lot of other applications where we would have used beef. It's awfully good.
Yep, it's plenty of flavor, and it's low in saturated fat, which is the type of fat that you like to avoid when it comes to heart disease.
And I do see that we do have an example of beef. We don't want to give beef a totally bad name, because it doesn't have a bad name when you use it correctly, right? Like in this case.
Exactly. So these are the beef pitas, and red meat tends to get a bad rap because it does have some trans fats, a little higher in saturated fat, but that doesn't mean you have to avoid it completely.
Right.
If you're going to eat beef, stick to the lean beef, so the lean ground beef, and if you're going to take a cut of meat like a steak, trim as much fat as you can off the meat.
Sure, and then everyone's happy. If you get your turkey for your folks who want to go that route, and then you have some beef there for folks who want to go down that road. And then Tim, you're doing a nice job. Now you're putting together also, it looks like some beans in there?
Green peppers and onions.
And then that's the ground turkey I'm seeing.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, very good. Then that'll get baked up and it'll be ready to eat.
Plenty of vegetables in all these. We don't eat enough vegetables in our normal daily lives, so this is a way to incorporate good tasting vegetables that add a lot of flavor.
Yeah, exactly. And I made some eggs last night for the girls using the whites. You can buy the whites. Some of the regular eggs and then the whites, and I threw in some spinach. And they were like, "Spinach, Dad?" But you couldn't even taste it. You're still getting some good veggies, and they're just like looking at the green, but then they ate it and they were fine. So it's a good lesson for all of us. We can put a little bit of, in this case, green to give us a little color, because we eat with our eyes too. Let's be honest. If it looks good, we're going to eat it.
The sauce on here, I should point out too, is that it's not sour cream. It's not something that's high in saturated fat. This is low-fat yogurt and flavored with Dijon mustard, so it's got a lot of flavor with not a lot of fat.
It's like the ground turkey. It gives you that texture that you're looking for, and it gives you the flavor too. So you're all the better for eating it that way versus the old-fashioned way, which is not so good. And tell us about, we know canola oil is a big talker these days.
Yep, it's one of the vegetable oils, and so it's high in the omega-3s, omega-6s,
Right.
which have been shown to lower the burden of cardiovascular disease and lower cardiac events.
And let's talk, because we all have to wash down all these great little appetizers with something to drink. So talk about some of the drinks that would be heart smart for the game.
Well, this is a pina colada. A lot of alcohol is consumed on
Oh, yeah.
Super Bowl Sunday, of course, but it's an empty carb. There's no nutritional value in alcohol. So a drink like this, it pairs perfectly with these, especially the way the weather outside. A sip of this takes you to a happy place.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Doctor. Nothing wrong with that. Well, Dr. Brownie, thanks for joining us. Heck of a job over here, Tim.
Thank you, sir.
Nicely done. I like the red apron. And I love your heart, too.
Me too.
Right back at you. Remember the reminder that tonight we are dedicating a 30-minute special to the Wear Red cause, starting at 9:30, with more information from doctors and from survivors to help you get started on the path to being heart smart and heart healthy. Well, thank you both for being here.